Harvey Bernard Milk led a very interesting and important life. Born May 22, 1930, in Woodmere, New York, Milk went down in history as one of the first openly gay elected officials in the United States when he won a seat on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors in 1977, a position he held for just under 11 months before being assassinated on November 27, 1978. To understand the impact of Milk's life and death, we must first start from the beginning. Harvey Milk grew up in a small middle-class Jewish family that had founded a Jewish synagogue and ran their own department store, Milk's. It should also be noted that Milk's family was well known for their civic engagement within their community. Throughout the entirety of Harvey Milk's life, he expressed interest in a wide variety of topics, not just those of the political sphere. Take high school, for example. Milk both played football and sang in the opera for Bayshore High School. When Milk got his diploma, he furthered his education by attending New York State College for Teachers, which now goes by the State University of New York, studying mathematics and history. On top of his studies, Milk also took a position writing for the weekly school newspaper, where he often would discuss issues of diversity in light of the end of World War II. After graduating college, Harvey Milk enlisted in the Navy where both his father and mother had formerly served. He attended Officer Candidate School in Newport, Rhode Island, and he served as a diving instructor based in San Diego. In 1955, he resigned at the rank of lieutenant junior grade after being questioned about his sexual orientation. After returning from his enlistment, Milk got jobs as a public school teacher, a stock analyst, and even a productions associate for Broadway musicals. Milk moved to San Francisco in '72, where he opened up a camera store on Castro Street called Castro Camera. This store was the heart of the gay community in San Francisco, and it quickly became a very popular spot to attend. Milk was a very likable man, and with the support of several locals, he launched a campaign for a seat at the San Francisco Board of Supervisors just over a year after moving to the city. Milk lost this election, and when he ran again in 1975, he lost again. Mayor George Moscone appointed him to the city's Board of Permit Appeals, which made Milk the first openly gay city commissioner in the United States. But it wasn't until Milk filed candidacy papers for the state assembly and lost his race to represent the 16th Assembly District that a new strategy was created. Milk realized he would have a greater chance of political success if he relied on the voters in the Castro region, so he had advocated for the passage of an amendment that would replace at-large election with district elections for the Board of Supervisors. Because of this amendment, when Milk ran again in 1977, he easily won and was inaugurated as a San Francisco City Council supervisor on January 9, 1978, making history as the first openly gay city supervisor within the United States, a fact that made headlines all over the country. Milk did a lot of great work within the community during the short time he was elected, but there are two topics by which Milk is most remembered for. The first is Milk's protest of the California Proposition 6, or the Briggs Initiative, which would have mandated the firing of gay teachers in state's public schools. Milk and several others worked hard to protest this bill and eventually succeeded in stopping it from passing, which is a major win for the LGBT community. The second of Milk's major accomplishments was an anti-discrimination bill that he sponsored, declaring that discrimination based on sexual orientation in public accommodations such as housing and employments was banned. This bill was passed by supervisors 11-1 and was signed into a law by the mayor. On November 27, 1978, a former city supervisor assassinated both Harvey Milk and Mayor George Moscone, bringing an end to the lives of two massively important figures within the history of anti-discrimination politics in the United States. Milk left behind a legacy of acceptance and tolerance, and acted as an inspirational figure for several notable LGBT individuals in the past few decades. Milk is remembered today as a man who served not just LGBT individuals, but the American citizens as a whole. During his time in office, he established daycare centers for working mothers, converted military facilities in the city to low-cost housing, reformed the tax code to attract industry to deserted warehouses and factories, and tackled many issues beyond that. He was a powerful advocate for strong, safe neighborhoods. He spoke out on state and national issues of interest to LGBT people, women, racial and ethnic minorities, and other marginalized communities, and prioritized the community, pushing for improved services like libraries and community policing. Milk's legacy has been honored by many. He has streets and Navy ships named after him. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and he even had a stamp made after him. Milk lived during a time period of growing liberation, especially for the LGBT community, but it was no easy battle. The American Psychological Association had just removed homosexuality from its list of psychiatric disorders in 1973, and coming out as gay could still lose you your job, friends, family, and livelihood. Harvey Milk left a lasting impression on the people of America, and his message is one that is still being shared to this day. As he once famously predicted, "If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet door in the country."